Hey guys, welcome back to another Gaming Memories video. Here we are taking a look at a vehicular combat style game known as Vigilante 8 that was first released on the PlayStation in 1998, and then it had subsequent releases later on a couple of Nintendo consoles, mainly the N64 and the Game Boy Color later in 1999. So this game is very similar in terms of play style to the likes of the Twisted Metal series and even Rogue Trip Vacation 2012. I actually have done previous videos on those, so I'll leave links in the description so you can go and check them out. You'll see that they're very similar in how they actually play. It's actually a decent game. The graphics are actually quite good compared to some of the other games that I mentioned, and it does offer a unique kind of vibe to it. You have big, massive, wide open maps. You do kind of have like different style of cars, although the cars are very kind of heavily based on the likes of 70s style vehicles, the likes of muscle cars. You have like old school like Chevy vans and Ford vans and so forth, even like Jeeps and off-road vehicles, even the likes of dune buggies or beach buggies, all with their own aesthetic, and they're all kind of like suited up with extra armor and weapons attached to them to obviously give them their own kind of unique look. And then each one has a character title, very similar to the likes of Twisted Metal and so forth. The gameplay is very similar in terms of actually how it plays. The control system is actually fairly decent to get used to. It's not an overly difficult game to understand really what to do, but like a lot of these games, there is a lot of skill involved and quite a lot of luck as well to be able to actually defeat your opponents on the screen. But after a while, when you get the hang of the game, it's actually, you'll get through it handy enough to a certain degree. It does offer a decent challenge, mind you, but it is fairly decent. So this here is actually another one of those type of games that is good to play with your friends, because I remember going back to like even playing Twisted Metal 1, Twisted Metal 2, primarily Twisted Metal 2. For me, it's one of the best multiplayer games I ever played on the PlayStation. That game was just incredible. Myself, my brothers and my friends would just literally just play it for hours on end at the weekends. We would actually rent it out a lot of the weekends just to actually play that, to actually have that multiplayer aspect so that at least a few of us could join in together. Because you could play not only death matches against each other, but you could play likes of campaign maps as well and story mode with each other, like in co-op, which was pretty cool. So this here game has a similar kind of aesthetic to it. Now visually, the graphics are actually better than that of the Twisted Metal games, because the maps are quite big and everything is like nearly full on 3D. It definitely has a different unique kind of aspect to it, because you're playing on different type of visual kind of style levels. Like here, like you're playing on like mountain tops, and even like, so like you're fighting off in deserts and even in snow, kind of snowy type of mountains. And like with the first level, you've only got one opponent in the story mode, but then as each level increases, you actually gradually start to get more opponents, so the level of difficulty increases as the game actually goes along. But if you've seen the previous videos I mentioned, even with the likes of Twisted Metal and the likes of Rogue Trip, which I have done a video on recently, a lot of these games, they actually are good, but they're, in my opinion, they're very similar. Even though the visuals are different, but the gameplay mechanics and the style is very much similar. And like with a lot of these games, and I've said this before, when you've played one, you've pretty much played them all. It's not to say that they're bad games, they actually are really good. It's just when you've played one, it's very hard to really differentiate the differences between different type of games because they're so similar. Again, I think these are one of the type of genres where there's little that can be done to really change the whole aspect of it, because you know exactly what you're seeing is what you're getting, and that's pretty much it. But that's not to say that you actually can't have quite a lot of fun with these type of games. I remember myself, I did want to get this back in the day, but I never really got the chance to really actually play it. I've only really kind of gotten back into to actually get the opportunity to play it only in recent months, and it is actually really good, especially from when I look back. I used to watch trailers of it and I liked the look of it then, so it is actually decent. I will admit though, Twisted Metal, primarily Twisted Metal 2, would still be my favourite of these type of games. I just thought that game was awesome. But everyone's preference is different, and I know this game did actually get great reviews, and it actually did have quite a good following back in the day. again, it's up to people's preference, so it really depends on what you're looking for. But there's something there definitely for everybody. So I'd love to know your thoughts on this game. Did you enjoy it back in the day, and what did you think of it? Be sure to share your stories down in the comments below. So if you have enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like. Also be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to be updated whenever I release future content, and also feel free to share the video, as I will be re-exploring a lot more of these quirkier style classic games and sharing my thoughts and experiences with everyone. So as always, make sure to keep playing those classic games and enjoying them, and keep those gaming memories alive.
You may hurt the machine, but you're just making the lady mad.